What's up, everyone? Welcome to this podcast, and this is your host Wei.
And this is your host Ernest, and welcome to the Wei Of Szostak podcast.
And what, Ernest, what are we going to do today?
Today I decided to bring my good old friend from Mexico, and we decided to interview him because I think it's very interesting what he does. Since he decided to go on more of a creative route by doing YouTube stuff and recording and all that type of recording career. And I think it's very interesting. So we have him here on the phone. His name is Felix. So Felix, why don't you talk a bit about yourself?
Yeah, so hello first. I'm kind of nervous. It's weird because I know you, but when you begin to actually start talking, it was more serious. So I'm glad to be here. So I have to tell my story. That's right.
Yep.
Okay, so my name is Felix. I'm 20 years old since like a week or something like that.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. So I've been doing YouTube like for 3 years now, or maybe 3.5 years, just by pleasure. And right now I'm living in Belgium, and when I arrived here 1 year ago, I started to study film school, but I didn't like it, and so I quit. I dropped out. I'm a dropout. I'm really proud of the fact that I'm a dropout, but we'll talk about that later, I guess. And I'm doing YouTube right now for pleasures. I've been doing like independent stuff for 5 months, living by making videos for artists and singers and companies, making publicity and all those types of video business stuff. So I've been living from that, and it's been pretty good, actually. Yeah, that's my resume.
Interesting.
Great. Before we started, do you have any crazy fact about you that it may or may not be like a connection between the podcast and you, or anything that you would like to share?
I think you already know what I'm gonna say about that. But the thing is, a little fact. We have. If you want to know how I met Ernest, it's a funny story actually. When I was in school, we were in the same school. Were we? I'm not sure.
Yeah,
were
yeah.
You in the same school? Yeah, you were in the same school. And the thing was, I was friend with his sister. He has a sister that is the same age as me, and we were friends at the beginning.
Yeah.
And then we started like dating. So I dated your sister like for 1 or 2 weeks, something like that. And then it went to shit, and it ended pretty bad for the moment. But I keep in touch with Ernest because he was pretty fun to hang out. He was kind of awkward, but in a good way, and he knew a lot of things about building computers and playing games. So when I stopped hanging out with his sister, when she when she left me, let's just say it like that. When she left me, I keep contact with Ernest, and we started playing. So I began being friends with Ernest more than with his sister. And right now I'm really friends. I'm friends with the two of them. So like 3 months ago, I went to Poland with them, and I hung out with the both of them, and it was pretty fun. But I always have the card of the fact that I dated your sister. So yeah.
Well, actually, I'm pretty glad that you end up in good terms with his sister.
Yeah.
Because if not, it would be actually really awkward. Okay, so.
Yeah. For sure, but I really think, because everybody says like you never will be friends with your ex-girlfriend, right?
Yeah,
or
true.
Ex-boyfriend. But I think that's actually bullshit, because if you're mature enough and she is or he is mature enough, you can totally be friends. You could hang out, but you need a little time to actually disinfect, let's say.
Yeah, true.
Like
Yeah, you need the time to think about everything that happened, and to just say, okay, actually, it's not something that how to say it, something so like dark or like something so strong. It's actually just
like to detach from that person and not feel the same way, so you can move on forward like without thinking about that stuff. Yeah, I think that's great.
But also, I think my opinion is also depends on the situation, like depends on what happened. So imagine, I don't know, in the case maybe if someone cheated on someone, okay, then after that to be friends is gonna be difficult. So if there's a mutual agreement or like nothing strong happened, or really strong happened between them, then they can be friends easily. So probably that in this case that happened. So I think Felix, what do you want to say?
So the thing is, as you said, it has to end up in a good terms. In my case, the thing was, it ended in bad terms because it was something bad happened. I'm not gonna say it right now what happens, but it ended up bad. But we stayed in touch and we were in the same school, so we took a break like for 3 months or 5 months, something like that. And then we were in the same group of people, so at the end we keep hanging out, and now we are super friends and we hang out like every time we can. But it really depends on the situation. If she was a bitch or you were a bitch and you cheated, like you said, I don't think I could still be friends with that person.
Yeah, so in this case, it's more like a situational thing for how they end up. Well, I think that's another topic we could talk about another podcast, actually. So,
maybe.
Yeah. So, Felix, I've got another question for you. So, my question is, when did you realize that this is what you want to do? So, like, drop out of school and start making videos for YouTube. Like, when did you actually say, damn, this is what I want to do and this is what I'm going to do?
Okay, that's a good question. So, it went with steps, let's say like that, because how did I became a YouTuber? Actually, it became with only pleasure. Like, I was playing games with my friends, like in online games like LOL and I don't know, Rocket League maybe, and Gary's Mod. And the thing was, I was having so much fun with those friends that I didn't want to be a YouTuber. Actually, I just wanted to record that and have it for myself. If it gained views, that would be like collateral damage, and it would be an extra. But the purpose wasn't to actually gain views.
Yeah, so it was like a bonus once you get views. So once you get it's like extra, as you said.
Yeah, totally. So the intention at first was just pleasure, and little by little, I didn't have time to play with my friends because they weren't there anyway, and there was other life stuff. So I had to do the videos alone, and I started building that love for making videos. So it started like that, but I didn't want it to make it as a career. I still do it. I took a gap year. I worked it in many different categories like selling, marketing, commercial, like many different things. And when you test many things, many careers path, you realize that what you like and what you don't like. And when you do so much things that you don't like, and you have that one thing that you keep liking, you realize, why am I not doing that as a career? Because filmmaking and YouTube obviously has not a good reputation. Like, when you hear I'm gonna be a filmmaker, you think like, he's gonna be poor, he's gonna be in the streets all the time. I don't know if you agree with that.
Yeah, I think that's like more of because like
stereotype.
Yeah, back in the day, like this concept of doing YouTube as a job is like pretty new. Like, I'm pretty sure there hasn't been even like a decade since like people really started to realize they can take that seriously and make money off of it and like have a full-on career with that. And I think it's just like a time thing. People like in like 20 years will start viewing that as a regular job, and like people are gonna get start doing it like since they're young, and it'll be taken more seriously then.
Yeah, actually, I agree with Felix. So I agree with you about about doing the things that you actually like, because at the end when you study something, you want to study that something you have passion for, or you want to do something that you actually have passion for. So in this case, if you have passion or you like to make YouTube videos for other people, then that's great, because at the end at university when you enter a career, you're entering a career that you want. You're not entering a career and say, oh yeah, let's do this because we have to do this. No, let's do this because I want to study this, and in the future I want to work with it. So you didn't drop out of school or high school just because you wanted to. It's because you said, okay, look, what I'm learning is not going to be useful for my future, because in the future I want to do other stuff. So I think like many people say, yeah, drop out of school, that's really bad, but what happens if you got another option? What happens if you do another thing that school is not offering to you? So I think I agree with you on that point.
Yeah, totally. Like the thing with dropping out is before, when like 20 years ago, 10 years ago, it was really taboo, because you needed a diploma to get any job. It was like that was the only option, and you were fucked if you didn't have one. So the thing is today is different. Having a loan, going to university, having a loan like $100,000 in the United States. Well, in Europe it's public, but it's still a big deal. And making a career to have a diploma, it's not the only way, and it isn't the only way. Like, for example, obviously, I always say like if you want to do medicine, be a doctor or build a house, I don't know, be an architect, you obviously need a diploma, because you need to prove that you're able to do it with a diploma. But like filming, like writing, like painting, you don't need a diploma to prove it. When you start the class, the first thing they say is the diploma doesn't work for anything. You don't need the diploma, and it's worth nothing. But that's an interesting thing to see. And if you're going to university to actually pursue something you like, it's to learn. It's the only thing that you should go. It's to learn. If you're going for the diploma, I think you may be going for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
I think I didn't actually answer the question. So the question was, what was the question? Actually?
So when did you realize that this is what you wanted to do, like after you dropped college?
Well, like I said, it went with steps. I first started with doing work that I didn't like, so I decided to pursue film school. Then I started film school. I decided that it was going too slow, and I could learn more by myself, so I decided to quit. And then I started to make videos for artists, and like clips, music videos, and all of that. And it was fun. It was the best job ever, but it still was a job, and I was doing YouTube as a side hustle and more like a hobby. And the thing is, YouTube always was at the beginning, and till this day is the thing that makes me the most happy. And right now I'm making the decision to actually just pursue it as a career, so make my whole effort in that. So it takes time, and it takes a different decision, but you have to try it. You have to really try new things, try the things that you don't like, try the things that you like, and maybe one day you will finally find something that you actually love.
Yeah, definitely. Actually, one thing popped in my head. I'm curious, like, I'm pretty sure it wasn't easy. Talk to me about how did you convince your parents to do it? Because I'm pretty sure it wasn't easy.
About you mean the dropping out, or
dropping out and having your plan set up and all that.
Okay, well, so for dropping out, actually, it was pretty easy. The thing with my parents, at the beginning when I was in school, I always thought like my parents were so strict, and they wouldn't even consider the fact of me taking a gap year or not going to school. But when I actually started to talk about with them, they actually were pretty open-minded, because my dad is a really hard worker. He works director of a big company. So I really strict work. And my mother is the total contrary. She's an artist and she paints and she's a free girl and she does whatever she wants to do. So it's two mentalities, and I always thought they were really close-minded and they will never consider that happened to me. But the rule that they gave me when I finished school, it was you have two options and only two options. Or you study and we help you and we pay everything you need, and maybe you work in something else just to help us, or you just work. I don't want someone in my house that is scratching their balls. Sorry for saying that, but that's what they say to me. I don't want some lazy motherfucker in my house. So that was the only options, and I think it was pretty clear to me that I could do whatever I want, even since I can do anything I want. How do you say mientras?
Meanwhile.
Meanwhile, yeah, that was the word I was saying. So I can do anything I want. Meanwhile, I'm actually working. I'm actually have to do something, and it was kind of motivating. So with them, when I started saying like I want to quit school, I want to drop out, they first say like, okay, what are you gonna do? What is your studying? And they were like, at the beginning, when they were kind of scared because I was in a bad moment in my life. I was kind of depressed and I didn't like Belgium and all of that. So maybe my decision was wrongly influenced. But at the end, they were really supportive because they saw what I was capable of. They saw my videos and they knew my plan. So when you want to make a big decision like that, that is like taboo, you have to come with a plan to show some stability and to show that you know what you're doing and you're not taking a wrong decision just because you're sick of doing what you're doing.
Like that you actually have like a goal set in mind and you work towards that, right? That you like are always thinking about moving on forward and not just like being in a steady place, right?
Yeah, totally.
And also,
totally understand.
And also be able to prove to, like in this case, to his parents, so able to prove that what he's gonna do it's actually gonna be something consistent. It's not okay, I'll do this if I get tired of this. No. Like he's going to show his parents that he was gonna do is actually something serious, and he's not just taking this as a joke. So I think that's what also led to his parents to let him to take that decision.
Yeah, totally. Like you said, you need a plan. You need to, like what I said with the two rules, the two options, or you study or you work. There's no other option. You have to do something. You cannot just sit around and eat and waste our money. You have to do something. So when you show that you will you will be doing something and you will be productive and you have a plan and you have a goal, it's pretty easy to convince them. And if they don't listen, well, do it as your own way. You can work. You're a grown man, so stop wasting your time and start moving your ass. I don't know.
Yeah.
So also Felix, so I've seen your YouTube channel a bit, like a few days ago, and so at the start I've seen that you were doing funny videos with your friends in Mexico and in Spanish, but then you changed to another type of video, which is like a montage, like vlog, and in English. So what made you decide to do that? Like what took you to that decision?
From changing from like funny vlogs in Spanish to cinematic vlogs in English?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, there's many different things. Like I have been progressing every time in the last 3 years to my filmmaking skills and editing skills, obviously. So I'm changing every time from content. So the thing is, I want to try everything. I want to try comedy, I want to try cinematics, I want to try podcasts, I want to try everything, so I know what I like, and I'm still discovering what I like. I actually don't think that I've started yet, because you can see my YouTube channel and you can see that I have like 120 videos. It's a good amount, and the quality I think it's pretty high up, but Thank you. But the thing is, I don't feel like I've gained like a consistent amount of videos and content to represent myself as a YouTuber. I will get that in a time when I will be posting like one video a week or 2 videos a week. I think I drift off from the subject, but sorry.
No,
the question was. The question was, how did I get
what made you to switch from like Spanish funny vlogs to like cinematic English vlogs?
Well, let's divide it by 2. The first language, the language. Why did I stop doing it in Spanish to do it in English? First, the accessibility to have a content that can be understood by anyone. In Spanish, okay, the Spanish I think is the second language most spoken in YouTube or something like that, and there's a lot of people that listen. But the thing is, I like it in English. I like my content in English. I like watching people doing videos in English. In Spanish, I like them, but it's not as good. And the thing with English is anyone can understand it. And if I'm doing a general video, like for example about depression or anxiety, or showing my way to see to find happiness or something like that, if only the people that speak Spanish can understand it, I feel like I'm losing
audience.
Like my volume. Like my message is not arriving to the people that hear.
Yeah.
And I don't care about views and like much people, but if someone that needs that type of video or that message and just can't understand it, I think it's a waste. So that's why it's right. And plus, it's a challenge. It's not my first language. It's not my second language. It's my third language. And in school, as you probably know, they teach you, but it sucks. You don't never learn it. I don't know if you agree with me.
Yeah, I get what you mean, because actually, also I think for both of us, English is sort of like our third language because, well, I don't know for Ernest, but for me, as I'm Chinese, I learned Spanish and English same time. So for me, both were like, either second language or third language.
Yeah, to me it will be like a second language, but that's not like, that's half of that is because of school, and the other half is because of my own will, because like ever since I learned it from like the first time I went to school, and then I moved to a French school, I was still practicing by myself. I watched like videos and films and stuff. I don't want to get much into it, but yeah, I was pretty passionate about it, and I wanted to learn more, and I used it in my daily life. So yeah, that's how I got fluent in it, and yeah, that's how it became my second language.
Okay, well, Felix, tell us the second part. So why did you change from funny vlogs to cinematic?
Yeah, why? The thing is, it looks like I've changed. It looks like I've been trying some different type of videos, but the thing is, I actually haven't. I've just evolved. I've upgraded my level of skills. I've learned more stuff about cinematic, about lighting, about montage, and all of stuff. And that's the gap between when I was doing Spanish videos and English videos was like 1 year. So in that year, I learned so many stuff because I keep doing videos. I just didn't upload it to YouTube. And when I returned in English to Spanish, my videos were totally different. I like to do different stuff, and the content actually looked different, but it just was the progression with a gap year. So that's why. And I will keep doing funny stuff, and I still want to do like the challenges and bring my friends together and kick ourselves off with some challenges and some games, but I just haven't had the time and haven't had the opportunity because we all live apart.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's great because like since you haven't, like, you kept in the same channel, and I think it's more of like an opportunity thing, and I think it's great to like, yeah, do the things that you like. You always seem very passionate about it, so that's why I wanted to share this with you.
Yeah, and actually it's like you, like Ernest. I don't know if you know much about the story of Ernest, but I've known him for a couple of times, and he started doing like NBA basketball game.
Yeah, I've seen
gameplay.
his YouTube channel. Yeah.
Yeah, for a long time in Spanish, and right now he's doing a podcast in English in Spain with a friend. Like it's totally different, but you think it's like a really big step that it was taken in a day, but it was a progress of taking different tests and decisions and trying new things, and at the end that's why you're right now doing a podcast with me.
So actually, okay, so let's open a bracket, and so actually I'll tell you my story. I actually started YouTube in 2015. I started YouTube doing card magic. So
Really?
I have my own YouTube channel, right? Where it used to be called Magic Cards, and I used to do card magic tutorials and videos about card magic. And the thing is, as I was a student, I was also really young. I didn't have the time and resources and the skills to make good videos, but still, I was able to get around like 100 subscribers, and some videos, like 2 of my videos got up to like 1.3k views, which I was actually pretty proud of. But then,
Yeah, it's good.
and then, so I stopped like for 1 year already, and probably sometimes I get to upload like 3 videos per year. But right now I've changed my channel. It's the same channel, but I've changed it to a completely different one. Right now I'm doing it's called The Way to a Better Life. I don't know if you get the pun. My name, The Way to a Better Life.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna actually what I'm gonna do is just give like tips and life hacks and habits and show people how to get a better life, because right now I'm living alone with my friend Ernest, and it's a different life. So yeah, actually I also had a drastic change from one thing to another thing. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that is the thing. You started with something, and right now you're doing something totally different, and you could see it like a jump from careers, but actually it's a progression with a lot of time and a lot of thought put into it.
Yeah. True. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Ernest, you have another
That's
question?
Yeah, I'm actually curious. Like, what do you think? Like, since you have. I'm sure you work like outside of the YouTube thing, right? And films that you produce for other people, you have like a set job, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I kind of was like an independent filmmaker, alone job, like doing music videos. Let's say it like that.
But then, how do you where does the income come from? Because you still need some money to maintain yourself, your daily life, if you live alone.
Well, so when I quit school, when I was a dropout at the beginning, to make the change, I first began by doing waiter at a restaurant, doing like half a time, and the other time I was doing like YouTube and finding some clients. My level was already pretty considerable as a filmmaking skills, so I could actually ask for money, and every client, when I find a new client, they actually came back because they liked my work. So most of my clients were mouth to mouth. So how did I get the money? At the beginning, I started doing half and half, so waiter and doing videos. And when the videos started being, there was enough demand of videos, and I was getting enough money. I had to put the camera on again because we're already in half minutes. Sorry. So I was telling you. Oh my god, I lose the train. Sorry. You
were like they were giving you videos to edit and filmmaking, and then you were mouse to mouse, and then afterwards.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So the thing was, I had a good amount of clients, and they paid me very well, so I could actually started living as an independent, so paying my bills, paying my food and everything with only the videos. So I quit my job and I started focusing only in creating videos for some singers, some DJs, some bass players and all the stuff. And that's how I actually did it. And right now I don't want to do any more music videos, so that's why I'm taking another job in H&M. It's a clothing line. Like selling clothes, and it's making a thing. I don't know if I'm gonna keep doing it for much longer because I'm kind of sick of doing it, but for now it pays the bills, and it's something you have to do if you want to pursue something that doesn't make money at the beginning.
Yeah, that's true. How do you like motivate yourself? Because since you're doing this by yourself, like, yeah, you have a job, but you also have to do this other thing apart, that is the filmmaking and editing and all of that. How do you keep yourself motivated, and how do you get your creativity running and all of that, like day to day, and like?
Well, maybe you could answer that for me first. How do you do it? How do you find time and keep motivated to make podcasts if you have school and work and all the things you have to do? Maybe you can answer. I want to know.
I think I've got an answer because Felix, as you said before, like you said, you dropped school because you didn't like school much and you wanted to do something you like. So I think part of the motivation comes from the passion that you have towards YouTube, right? So
totally.
At the start, everyone has the motivation to do videos because it's like, oh yeah, videos, YouTube, I like this, I'll do this, do this. But the thing is, right, for us right now, we're doing podcasts because it's also the start, and we're also motivated because it's the start. But the thing is, I don't know for you, but let's redo this question. Like, what at the start, after you started it, did you lose any motivation? And if you did, how did you make yourself motivated? Because maybe at the start you were really motivated, but with the time you see that you had less success, because you maybe expected more. But from there, how did you motivate yourself?
Okay, so how would I put it? The thing is, when you need motivation, I feel like you need motivation when you see the goal, but you don't know really well the process. You don't know how the road is playing off to get to that goal. And you have a big goal. Like, imagine, for example, I want to appear in YouTuber 1 year. So that's my big goal, and I want to get motivated just to accomplish that goal. But for me, it never was that. I never wanted too much view. Well, I want them, but it wasn't the goal. The goal wasn't never to find views, to have subscribers. My goal was just to have motivated. It's that I love it. I just always had fun doing it, and I didn't need motivation. I just was like going to for example, you don't need motivation to watch YouTube videos because you just enjoy it. For me, it's the same as doing videos. I don't need motivation. I just do it because I enjoy it. And when you really find something that you actually enjoy to do it and love it, you don't really need a motivation. You just kind of do it automatically because it's like nature to you.
Okay, yeah. So I get what you mean right now. So so I think this is gonna be like our last question for you.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's it. So like, based on all of that, do you have any like advice to like younger people, generations that want to follow like the same path as you, to go on like a more of a creative route instead of what other people would call a regular job?
Well, yeah. So the thing is, I'm pretty young myself. I don't think that I'm the best person to give advice in anything because I don't know any answers. But if I could maybe find an answer to that, it actually brings back a lot of subjects that we talk about. And I think this quote or way to say it, it's from Casey Neistat. I've heard it from him. Life can be divided by two simple things. First, two simple steps. First, you find something that you love, like a goal, and then you just do it the rest of your life. It sounds really simple, but the thing is, finding something that you love, it's so hard. I was so lucky lucky to find something that I like. I was absolutely lucky, but the thing is, it can take you like years to find it. You can try going to university to make a law school and actually don't like it when you already did like 5 years and change and be 30 and don't even know what you actually like because you haven't tested. So you have to test, and when you will find something that you truly like, it will be like butter. It's like love. When you find the one, it's like butter. It just flows. And that's the quote of Casey Neistat. If I would just add something, is that life is not like white or black. You will maybe one day you will find something that you love, but you can change it. Like you don't have to actually stick to it your whole life. You can do it. You can find something that you absolutely love and do it for 10 years and find something else and do something else. You can do whatever you want. So you're free to actually choose. I think that's a good one.
Yeah, and that's one thing I actually think about, that it's more of a recent thing that with the younger generations, that since we like there's more like nowadays every young person can get into social media and see everyone's how's everyone living their lives, celebrities and stuff. They see all of this great success and they want to be like them. They want to have like achieved that success instantly, and that pressure comes to them automatically to instantly like knowing what they want to do for the future, you know. And that's the thing that they have to realize, that many people don't find it till they're like very much older. Like there's many adults, maybe even or parents, that maybe they have sustainable jobs, but
they don't like it.
Maybe they don't like it, and they can do something about it.
And the only reason,
maybe not now, maybe in even a couple of years, but it will happen somewhere.
Yeah, probably the only reason that's still with the jobs is because they need the money to maintain the economic necessity. But the thing is, dear viewers, we're not encouraging you to drop out of school. Like, this is just if you're actually planning to drop out of school, then okay. But we're not encouraging you, because at the end, education is good, because right now in the world some jobs require you some education. But if you are actually planning, just remember what our dear homie Felix said. Plan it really well. Like, set a goal and plan it really well, because at the end you're taking a really risky decision. So plan really well, because if you're not, you might end up bad. But we're not encouraging anyone. We're just trying to help those people who are just trying to decide. And so I think that's all.
Well, bumping in that thing that we don't want to. I don't recommend to drop out. I totally don't. And if you actually drop out, it's because you know what you actually want to do, and you're seeking something better. If you're just dropping out because you don't like it, it doesn't make so much sense. You should actually really invest some time in figuring out what you actually like. And if you're thinking about wasting time, about the fact of wasting time, oh my God, I might be doing this career for 3 years, and I will be, and I don't like it at the end, and I will be losing 3 years of my life. And like you said, most of the people find what they love like really old. And the thing is, there's not something normal. You could be like 30 and start your career. There's no something bad about that. And they all think that fuck, 3 years of my life, I'm 25 and I don't know what I'm doing. That's normal. That's everybody doesn't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. I think I know it, but I'm not sure. I never will be. That's life.
Yep.
So Felix, as you told before, one of your goals was to appear in the YouTube Rewind. I think actually we're gonna record another podcast after this or someone soon, and we're gonna actually talk about our own opinion about the YouTube Rewind 2019, because 2018 was so hated, and right now this YouTube said they made a better YouTube Rewind, but from what I've seen, well, it's not the best.
Really looking like it.
So
Interesting.
I think Felix later on will talk about probably it's gonna be another podcast for our next episode about the YouTube Rewind. So I think that's all.
Wow. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for having us as well.
Yeah, and before we finish, I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, Felix, I think even though you're my friend, I think you're a great inspiration even to me. Sometimes when I watch your content, believe it or not, I really get inspired, and I'm mind blown by the quality of things that you produced. And I just want you to know that even if like maybe thousands of people don't watch you, you're doing an impact, even if it's a little one. And yeah, I mean, you inspire me to do on my everyday life.
And it's getting emotional.
Fuck, yeah, I'm gonna cry. Oh my god. Wow, thank you, dude.
Well,
thank you, and I really appreciate it, because like you said, maybe a million people doesn't watch me, but the fact that one people gets actually impacted by something that I say, it means the world to me. So thank you, dude.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for your time, man.
Yeah,
it's been an honor having you in this podcast.
well, we'll leave Felix' YouTube account in the description box below. Although we don't have much YouTubers, but YouTube subscribers, but you never know. So anything
more that you want to plug, like your Instagram or anything like that?
Well, I guess the Instagram and YouTube will be in the description if you're really nice about that. And good job, actually, good questions. That I was quite impressed. I thought that they were gonna kind of suck, but no, good job.
Okay, well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this podcast, and we'll see you at the next episode. Bye bye.
Yep, see you.